Okay, so now we are starting up onto our second project. So I'm just going to start a new project for this one. It's a console application as last time. It'll be ca2 underscore call response. Responses are close enough to English. And it's already started. All right, cool. So this time round, we have to look at something else to, I suppose, complicate the matters a little bit. And this is variables. So here we've got a thing. So I'm just going to modify this to get started. Please enter your name and put a little semicolon at the end. The reason I've got a write line is I want to use the console dot read line to find out what that will be. Now, this program at this present moment will not do what I want it to do, so we need to add a little bit more to it. And this is where we get into the whole talk about variables. Now, variables have a particular form when you declare them. And with a C program, you need to declare your variables at the start. You can declare them through the program, but it's a lot tidier, easier to deal with if they're right at the start. We have four basic types of variable that I'm going to talk about today. Well, five if you count strings. But the first is booleans. These are basically on, off, yes, no, true, false. Nice and simple. We have the second type, of course. The first type is bool or boolean. Finished. And so I've just declared a boolean called finished. Int. We'll do int age, which is always a common one. Double. Let's go money. And then finally, char, which is short for character, will be initial, so the first initial of your name. And finally, string, which will be, if I just type in name, it will not like that. Oh, it accepts that. That's good to know, but I'm going to do it a little bit. I'm going to go my name. Or, actually, we'll go user's name. Username, alright? Just to make it clear, I'm using camel case in the actual naming convention. So what you'll notice here is the first letter is actually lowercase, but every subsequent word is uppercase. And that's the convention of camel case as used in C#. So just to keep that in mind. Now, each of these are underlined because I have not used them and I have not modified them anyway. So if I hover over the top, it should give me a warning. Yep, declared but never used. So finished, well, that is going to be false, and false is one of the keywords involved with that. And what I'm doing now is I'm pre-declaring my variables. Oops, if I can get that right. So I'm basically assigning a value to them. Money equals 0.00, and then initial equals a. Oops, it is a character, so it needs to be in single quotes. I might be able to get away with double quotes, but I don't know at this stage because I've never actually thought about it in all the years of programming I've done. Anyhow, name. Your name. We'll replace that in a moment. So, please enter your name. Now what we need to do is we need to go, well, we're getting this console thing. This just puts out to the stuff information to the screen. However, readline is when you type stuff into the keyboard, it will grab that information and it will return it. It will pass that information back to me. So as the programmer, what I need to do is I need to open up this. We'll go, okay, user name will become equal to whatever they type in. So whatever they type in, I can then use and modify. And that's pretty much the simplest form of variable handling I could actually think of to come up with something interesting. So, building on this, oops, I don't need to do the system part, but I could if I wanted to, but actually I'll just show you. System.console.clear. This will clear the screen. So you see how systems grayed out? It's just telling me that's actually not needed. Why have you done this? It's not going to break the program by any means. Right. Quote. Hello, space. Right. And then end with a semicolon. And then, of course, console dot write. And then we drop in the variable name, which will be username. And then end with a semicolon. And then we'll just console dot write line. I could probably actually just do the right line above, but yeah, yes. But you know, you do this sort of stuff. Console dot write line dot quote. This is the computer talking, and finish it off with that. Now, like last time, we can do another read line statement for the user to hit enter and wait. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a different function, which is system.threading .thread .sleep, and I need to give the sleep an amount of time. The amount of time, so in this case, I'm going to wait 5 seconds. I know I put 5,000 in there, but that's basically counting milliseconds. So if I then run this program and give it a second to start up, runs through its setup process, does some stuff. Hopefully I haven't made any mistakes. Take some time, I keep chatting, and oh, go. Barry. Hello, Barry, this is the computer talking. Waits for a few seconds. Yep, there we are. And I didn't touch anything on the keyboard. I was about to, but I didn't. And so here you can see this way sleeps this thread for 5,000 seconds or 5 seconds. So here you've got some like to the second control of what's going on. And you can drop in other stuff there. So when you go through and create this, create a program just like this that asks for a person's name and their age. The only variation, of course, is that you'll need to adjust this top section repeated to ask for the age as the second step. And then spit back, hello, such and such, you are so old. And then get to sleep for 5 seconds so they can read it. And this is just a way of showing how to actually structure this sort of stuff. I know this is really simple, basic stuff, but it's a great way to sort of showcase the little nuts and bolts of the language, because if you go up to the graphical user stage of things, they get much more complicated and you're juggling 3 or 4 different parts. So if you focus on juggling one thing at a time, then we can build up from there. So this is done, and we're on to the next one soon.